पतित पावन हेतु तव अवतार। मोसमपतिता प्रभु न पाइबे मोसमपतिता प्रभु न पाइबे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु आहा प्रभु दया करो मोरे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई। तव कृपा बोले बहाय चैतन्य निताय। तव कृपा बोले बहाय चैतन्य निताय। स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुना आहा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुना। भट्ट जुगा श्री जीव प्रभु लोकना। भट्ट जुगा श्री जीव प्रभु लोकना। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास। दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास। रामचंद्र संगामगे नरोत्तम दास। रामचंद्र संगामगे नरोत्तम दास। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसार। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे पतित पावन।
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my respectful obeisances. All those listeners on the terrace, La Prabhupada. You're welcome, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, very serious.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Not hearing you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. More glory to you, Maharaj.
Happy Sunday, all of you. Founder Charya Jagat Guru Bhakti Swami Jayam Vishnu Paramahansa Pariva Jagat Saraswati Shishima Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Chakra Ananta Guru Vaishnava Ki Jai Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Friends for Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopina Shama Radha Giri Garodhan Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Mathura Dham Ki Jai Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Jamuna Mai Ki Jai Ganges Mai Ki Jai Tulasi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Samaveta Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Nitai Guru glorious assembled devotees, oh glorious assembled devotees, oh glorious assembled devotees, oh glorious Shri Shri Guru Shri Gauranga.
Srimati Bhakti Tito Swami Tinami Namaste Krishna Prabhupada Statat Shri Gaura Karma Shakti Bhakti Tinamine. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome, Maharaj.
Thank you very much. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudira Nasta Praisa Patresu Nityam Bhagavata Seva Bhagavatyutama Sukhi Bhakti Nice. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya. Om Jnana Mirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshulunditam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Patitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Ramagam Tatishwa Padam Pandiham Sri Gurun Sri Utapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamcha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Dutantam Sajivam Sadvitam Savadutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Siva Satyam Dutam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Suratpate Gopisa Gopika Pantarada Pantanamasuke Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Bhakti Vrindavaneshwari Shri Savana Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarukascha Vibhasundivaivacha Patitanam Paviryo Vaishnayo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Sarivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna. So we'll continue our Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 11. Lord Krishna's entrance into Dwaraka. What is the meaning of Dwaraka? What is the meaning of Dwaraka? We know Mathura, we know Jagannath, we know Mayapur, Vrindavan, Dwaraka. What is the meaning of Dwaraka? Anyone can answer. Anyone. We are in Dwaraka, so we should know where we are. What is the meaning of Dwaraka?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Dwaraka means the city of many gates.
City of many gates. Where did you get that from? Which Purana?
Dwaraka is the city of Krishna, but sometimes there was a discussion I was having with someone sometimes back. So we were discussing, and he was explaining that literally the word Dwaraka means Dwara is a gate, a place where there are many gates. So, but I don't have a contrary opinion because I'm not a Sanskrit scholar. So I just wanted to test and confirm what he has said.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, wow. Venkatesh Prabhu also is saying, interesting. Venkatesh Prabhu says that Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dwara means gate, door.
Yes.
Not sure about Dwaraka.
Dwara means gate, door, not show, but Dwaraka. All right, thank you very much. Yes, Dwara means gate. If you if you remove the A, the Dwara, if you get D, A, that means if you make it I, then become two, not a door, not gate, become two. So Dwa, rak. Dwa means a door. Ka means how, what. Kaha means what. Ka basa. If you remember, Gita, I didn't ask that question. Ka basa. What? Where? So Dwaraka means where is the door? That's the meaning, Dwaraka. Where is the door? Because when Dwaraka was constructed, nobody was there. Just like when they're building a house, nobody stays there. Nobody's there until when the house is completed. And the Dwaraka Basis, they got there in the night. Not only in the night, they were sleeping. When Krishna transferred all of them, transferred them there. They were sleeping when Krishna transferred all of them. So you woke up in the morning in a big palace. What will happen to you? Where is the door? Where is the door? Everybody was asking, where is the door? It's a big palace, and you just enter, just sleep and wake up and see yourself in a very big, magnificent palace. So where is the door? That's the meaning. Dwaraka. Where is the door? So the name became known like that. Thank you.
Thank you, Maharaj.
So now
Thank you.
The same with Mayapur. Mayapur, everybody knows. Mayapur. Everybody knows Mayapur.
Maharaj, you can tell us, so we can, so that we don't speculate on that also.
Okay, thank you. If Maya, everybody know. Many people know only one meaning to Maya. Maya doesn't mean only one meaning. Maya has many meanings. Maya, the general one everybody knows, means which is not illusion. But that is when the two A's have something on top. That is illusion. If the two A have nothing on top, just normal, that Maya, that means messy. That means messy. So Mayapura is, Pura means a city, a land of city, the land of mercy. The land of mercy. Not Maya, not a city of Maya. This is a city of mercy. Mayapur means the city of mercy. And if the two A's, the first one has something on top, means by me. This I say by me, by me, by my potency, I create. By my potency, I destroy. So these are different meanings to Maya. Mean my mercy, mean illusion, it can be by me, it can mean by me. So Mayapur here is not by me, is not Maya, but mercy. Mayapura is a land of mercy. So anyone who just sleep in Mayapur, just one night, just sleep one night in Mayapur, he has surpassed the greatest yogi. Because Krishna take that as offering obeisances, not sleeping. No one sleep in Mayapur. It's only mercy that is gotten there. Okay, number 20 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 11.
Thank you. Thank you, Maharaj.
Entrance into Dwaraka. Where is the gate? Where is the door to the big house where we are? Where is it? So text 20. Natamarataka Gandharava Sutta Magada Vandina Gayanti Chotama Shloka Charitanya Dutta Dicha. Expert dramatists, artists, dancers, singers, historians, genealogists, and learned speakers all gave their respective contributions, being inspired by the superhuman passions of the Lord. Thus, they proceeded on and on. The prophet said, it appears that 5,000 years ago, the society also needed the services of the dramatists, artists, dancers, singers, historians, genealogists, public speakers, etc. Dancers, singers, and dramatic artists mostly hail from the Shudra community. It means what? The dancers, singers, dramatists, artists. Artist means what? Artist. What is artist? Artist. You're muted. You want to speak.
Hare Krishna, please, anyone who wants to speak can raise his hand so that we can unmute him for control of the voice.
Yeah.
So please just use the emoji.
Artists or artisans. Who are the artisans? When you say artisans, who are the artisans? Example, please give me an example. So, don't understand. Who are the artisans? Yes, Sutra Ketuka. Sutra.
Yeah. All right, Hare Krishna. So, who is the artist? Example, one of the main example is those who make paintings. Aside from that, even those who conduct dramas, all of them are artists. We have so many disciplines under the artisans.
Yeah, that's why I was asking the artisans. So it's a painters. What of a architect? What of architect?
Yes, Maharaj. Architect is also an artist. He's an artisan. Yes, he's also another discipline of artist.
So the Prabhupada said there are all of us are Sudras, all Sudras. But the learned historians, genealogists, and public speakers hail from the Brahmana community. All of them belong to a particular caste, and they became so trained in their respective families. So dramatists, dancers, singers, historians, genealogists, and public speakers will dwell on the subject of the Lord's superhuman activities in different ages and millenniums, and not on any ordinary event. So in the past, people were sitting to hear the scriptures, and the dramas that performed based on Krishna pastimes, all. So they speak through drama. You can talk about Krishna through drama. People hear about Krishna through drama, like dancers, the mudras they perform. They are all different and different. They are all different speakers. So one who is trained will not understand the language. But they were all trained to perform for Krishna or something that has connection with Krishna. Presently, they have become diluted. Now it's diluted. So the artists are not painting about Krishna. They are painting mundane things. The musicians are not singing about Krishna. He was singing Maya. Oh, the same like others. That is how our society has become. So all the Puranas are historical facts described only in chronological order. So, but today we don't have a Puranas. People sit down to discuss. They're not talking about the Purana. Even if they're going to speak from the scripture, it's about demigod worship. That's the best thing. It's demigod worship. The mantras about demigod worship. Therefore, expert players in drama, dancers, singers, speakers, etc. are required for the spiritual enlightenment of the common man. The genealogist will give account completely of the descendant of a particular family. Even at the present moment, the guides in the pilgrimage site of India submit a complete account of genealogical tables before a newcomer. This wonderful art sometimes attracts more customers to receive such important information. Yes, I remember we went to Lucknow. I was in Lucknow in India. And Lucknow is a very important city in India, very important place in India. So in Lucknow, there is a very powerful, very powerful ruler. It's a Muslim ruler. Imam Bara the Great. Imam Bara the Great. So while I was there, I wanted to visit any holy places. So they took me to this place. Imam Bara the Great. He's really great, a powerful Muslim ruler. In his palace, even to today as I'm speaking, if you go there, the tour guides, they have a complete history about everything. They narrate all the history, the family, tradition, everything. The number of wars he fought, the number of wars he won, everything they would describe all. And then they would take you the tour of the whole place. So this man who were taking us that day took us right from the floor, the ground, to the top of the building. It was so artistically and architecturally designed in such a way that no newcomer can trace his or her way from the top to the down. You cannot try, you cannot get it. No customer, a newcomer can do it, because it was designed to protect the king. If an enemy comes here, you can never get the king. And it's so perfect that there's a natural telephone inside. Can you imagine? That it must sound strange for some of us. Natural telephone is inside. That from inside the palace, you can call somebody from down, you can call somebody to the gate. By just knocking on a particular port in the door, king, they will hear it at the gate or downstairs. Or where? Even maybe it's calling a servant, or you want to talk to the queens. That kind of knowledge was there. Now it is lost. Our building has just nothing but just cement. That's all. The cement and the sand. That's all. Very, very degraded. Some will say we are degraded beings. You understand what it means? That we're really degraded. Nothing spiritual. Nothing spiritual. We're empty people. Empty. So one day I will take you there if you're interested. Take you there. And not too far, 72 kilometers from Lucknow, that is where you have the famous Naimisharanya, where the Bhagavatam will recite the Kucha hearing. 72 kilometers from there, in Naimisharanya. So we used to go there every year in India. For 2 years I missed it because of this virus thing. Anyway, all these personalities were there in Dwarka, and they have to perform their duty for the pleasure of Lord Krishna every day. Maharananda's courtyard also, they are all there. The poets are there. In Vrindavan also, they are prostitutes. They are also prostitutes in Vrindavan, not only in Dwarka. They in Vrindavan also get the same prostitute. And all of them came. They came when Krishna appeared. They came for the best ceremony of Krishna. All of them came. Fully and decorated, beautifully decorated. And it was Sukadeva Swami told us how when they look at Krishna, they were smiling and raising their, how do you call that? Or baby Krishna. And Krishna responded. The baby Krishna, this is Supreme Pastor God. He responded. He responded to all of them. So they released themselves. Now in our city, we don't have all this. If you call a musician to come to your ceremony, you have to pay money. Even in Hare Krishna temple, you call the devotee to come and do bhajan for you, have to pay. If you don't pay, they will not come. And they're going to sing not for devotion, not because they are happy. They're going to sing because of money. So everything is very mechanical. But in Dwarka, in Vrindavan, all these holy places, those days when we were human beings, were really human beings, to the real meaning of the term. All these duties, all this enjoyment are all there, and the personalities are all there. So big question later. Text 21. Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, approached them and offered due honor and respect to each and every one of the friends, relatives, citizens, and all others who came to receive and welcome him. Yes. The Supreme Lord, personality of Godhead, is neither impersonal nor an innate object, unable to reciprocate the feelings of his devotee. Here the word Jata Viji, or just as it behoves, is significant. Krishna reciprocates. Krishna reciprocates because he's a person. He's a person, and a person means he has feelings. And the feelings, that is what you call it. You call it emotion, right? The emotion. It's emotion. A feeling. Just as it behoves what is, different types of admirers and devotees. Of course, the pure devotees are of one type only because they have no other object for service but the Lord. And therefore the Lord also reciprocates with such pure devotees just as behoves. Namely, he is always attentive to all the matters of his pure devotees. There are others who designate him as impersonal, and so the Lord also does not take any personal interest. He satisfies everyone in terms of one's development of spiritual consciousness. And a sample of such reciprocation is exhibited here with his different welcomers. Yes, Krishna reciprocates with everyone's relationship with him, everyone's dealings, according to the quality of our love for Krishna. So Krishna reciprocates. So here is reciprocating with everyone according to the different levels of devotees. So he's a person. And those who think that Krishna is not a person, they will not have these dealings. They will only have a dry life. That is why the Gyanis, the Karmis, and the Yogis are dry. They're dry. But the devotees are jolly. Because devotees have a feeling, it's a sweet dealing with Krishna. So reciprocation also make devotees jolly, joyful. The Almighty Lord greeted everyone present by bowing his head, exchanging greetings, embracing, shaking hands, looking and smiling, giving assurances, and awarding benedictions, even to the lowest in rank. To receive the Lord Sri Krishna, they were all grades of population, beginning from Vasudeva, Ugrasena, and Gargamuni, the father, grandfather, and teacher, down to the prostitutes and chandlers, who are accustomed to eat dogs. And every one of them was properly greeted by the Lord in terms of rank and position. Not cheating. There's no cheating. In terms of rank and position, everybody will receive according to our input. As pure living entities, all are the separated part and parcels of the Lord, and thus no one is alien by his eternal relation. Such pure living entities are graded differently in terms of contamination of the moods of the nature. But the Lord is equally affectionate to all his parts and parcels, despite material degradation. This is a very powerful philosophy, a very powerful philosophy, very powerful. Lord Krishna is equal to everyone. That will need a deep explanation. How Krishna is equal to everyone. It's equal to everyone. Because Krishna is in the heart of all living entities, in the heart of the plant, in the heart of dogs, in the heart of dog eaters, in the heart of ants, in the heart of pigs, hogs. Krishna is there in the heart of the demigods, in the heart of pure devotees. Krishna is equal to everyone in all dealing. But that does not mean that the dog has become Krishna. It doesn't mean that now, because we are all spirit souls, now you can allow a mad person to attend to your deities, or someone who is not trained to go and cook for the Lord or attend to the deities, because we are all spiritual. That is misunderstanding. That is a philosophical misunderstanding. So this to be clearly understood. Krishna is the supreme personal Godhead. So low and high has nothing to do with Krishna. But because of our own situation, because in our own situation, we are going to have the relationship because we're in the mature world. But Krishna has a different deal. Just like a father. A father who has many children of different levels. A father may have a lame child. So you think the father will be happy if you kill the child? He will not be happy. Okay, we have a doctor here, we have a lawyer here, we have an engineer, pilot, we have all these people here. But this lame person here, what is he doing in this family? So we can kill, the father will be happy. The father will never be happy. He is seeing differently. Yeah, we will see different, but the father will see different. That is even here in the material world. What about the Supreme Father? The Supreme Father will see different from all of us. And that is why Krishna can give opportunity for anyone from any level to become a devotee, to become a true devotee. Because he sees differently. And he will see differently from us, because his position is transcendental. Our own position is not transcendental. But we have to be trained by this process of Krishna consciousness to rise to that transcendental level. So we can assist Lord Krishna in his wonderful activities, reclaiming conditional soul from different levels of material existence. He descended only to recall these materialistic living beings back to his kingdom. And intelligent persons take advantage of this facility offered by the personality of Godhead for all living beings, No one is rejected by the Lord from the kingdom of God, and it means with living being to accept this or not. Papa said it yesterday, and also is saying it again here. I mean, 23. Then the Lord personally entered the city accompanied by elderly relatives and invalid Brahmanas with their wives, all offering benedictions and singing the glories of the Lord. Others also praise the glories of the Lord. Yes, the Brahmanas, and the superiors, like the father, the mother, they will offer blessings. And then the equals, the friend, they will shake hands and embrace. And then the junior, like the servant and those who are less in age, they will offer blessings. So different varieties of emotions are being displayed. Different kinds of people. When Lord Krishna passed over the public roads, all the ladies from the respectable families of Dwarka went up to the roofs of their palaces just to have a look at the Lord. They consider this to be the greatest festival. They consider this to be the greatest festival. So Prabhupada has given a very wonderful purpose. We should take a look at some part of it to get our understanding very clear. Therefore, festivities in the temple of the Lord, as held generally, are like festivals performed during the manifestive days of the Lord of Dwarka, about 5,000 years ago. The authorized acharyas who know the sincere and the science perfectly install such temples of the Lord under regulative principles just to offer facilities to the common man. But persons who are less intelligent, without being conversant with the science, mistake this great attempt to be idol worship and poke their nose into that to which they have no access. Therefore, the ladies or men who observe festivals in the temples of the Lord, just to have a look at the transcendental form, are 1,000 times more glorious than those who are non-believers in the transcendental form. Yesterday we mentioned, and today we are repeating. In a few days we have Boron Purnima, one of the heaviest and most important festivals. Most important festival, Boron Purnima. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakura in Chaitanya Bhagavad gave a blessing. Anyone who fasts on 2 days, Nityananda Tayotasi, Gora Purnima. Anyone who fasts on these 2 days and engage ourselves fully in the festivals, in the festivities of cleaning, decorating, painting, participating in the dramas and singing, the kirtans, in the lectures, and speaking or hearing, and all those activities which make the festival a festival that is wonderful for celebration. Anyone who participates in these activities, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakura said, that person will never enter the womb of a mother again. Finish. Never enter. You don't take birth again in the material world. Material world is closed. The gate of material world is closed for you. You go back to the body. Vrindavan Das Thakura gave the blessing, not me. I'm repeating the blessing so we can understand it and participate. It's just few days remaining for us to take advantage of this. It appears from the verse that the inhabitants of Dwarka were all owners of big palaces. honors, all of them, every single person has a palace. This indicates the prosperity of the city. The ladies go up on the roofs just to have a look at the procession and the Lord. The ladies did not mix with the crowd on the street, and thus their respectability was perfectly observed. There was no artificial equality with the man. Female responsibility is preserved more elegantly by keeping the woman separate from the man. The sexes should not mix unrestrictedly. Very important point. Our equality, our thinking or trying to be equal is illusion. That is illusion. Everything, both material or spiritual, has its function. They have their own merit and demerit in the material world. In the spiritual world, there's no demerit. But in the material world, everything has its purpose. Woman has a purpose. Man has a purpose. It is not a mistake for nature to provide this with all different things, with all the sentiment, with all the traits, with all they have different things. Everything has its function, and they have a purpose. An intelligent person who simply follow them will be successful, will be happy. It is ignorance for anyone to try to mess up the arrangement of nature. The ladies did not mix with the crowd on the street, and thus their respectability was perfectly observed. There was no artificial equality, with the man. That is illusion. And now that illusion is expanding, that we are overreacting. Women are overreacting because of the foolish undevotional activities of men. So they are overreacting. Both of them are not spiritual. Both of them are material. So devotees should try to understand this science very nicely, and we will enjoy our lives. We will enjoy our lives in Christian consciousness fully. There are certain things which pertain to the body, and there are certain things which pertain to the soul. We should not just be concerned with the thing that has to do with the body and miss the soul. It is happening. What do I mean by that? If a woman is constantly thinking, no, I'm not a woman. No, I'm not a woman. I'm a man. I'm a man. I want to add a man. When are you going to be serious in Christian consciousness? It's a waste of time, and you do talk for fund of knowledge. Reacting. Equality is unnecessary reacting. So, the unnecessary activities of unqualified men, irresponsible men. Yes. In Dwaraka, everything is, because it's spiritual, everything is perfect. Everything is perfectly organized. That is why everyone is happy and peaceful. And they have all the necessary facilities for peaceful living. In material world, we have changed so many things. We have interfered with nature. Nature's arrangement, we have seriously interfered with nature's arrangement. And the result is what everyone is experiencing. Why no one is happy in this material world? Despite our serious attempt to be the happiest, to be the greatest, to be the best, But why we are not getting it? Because we are interfering with nature's arrangement. Nature does not make a mistake. We make mistake. We are making mistake, but not nature. And we cannot change the nature anyway. Therefore, we always remain miserable. Until one take to Krishna consciousness and understand this science, we will remain miserable. Therefore, Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, all these beautiful scriptures have been given to us just to help us rectify our situation. It should be a renovation in our lives. Christian consciousness gives a process of renovation. So we can come back to original state of that pure state, where one function as a spiritual part and parcel of Krishna, and one is fully engaged in his of activities for Krishna. Nityam nirikshamananam yada dvarakao sapasam nagri naditrityanti drisha shriyo dhammam achutam. The inhabitants of Dwaraka were regularly accustomed to look upon the reservoir of all beauty. The reservoir of all beauty. They are accustomed to constantly see the Krishna, the infallible Lord. Yet, they were never satiated. They were never satiated. This is important. Should we discuss this, or you want everybody understood this? You want us to discuss it, or should we just go? For me, this is very, very important. What is sitting here is very important. It has to be carefully looked at. Inhabitants and the infallible, the Dwaraka verses, they are accustomed to. The inhabitants of Dwaraka, we are regularly accustomed to look upon the reservoir of all beauty, Lord Krishna, the infallible Lord. Yet, they were never satiated. They are never satisfied. What do you think? What do you think about this? Huh? What is your thought? Madhuvan Prabhu. You think that you have a clear understanding about this?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
I think Krishna's beauty is constantly changing from time to time. So definitely people, the urge is there to want to see more and more because it's constantly changing. It's not like the material beauty, which remains the same and after some time.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. Yes, Krishna's beauty constantly increases. So that is one point. One will not be tired to see because it's new and new and new and new and new. That is one point. Another point. And they are never satisfied seeing Krishna. The more you see Krishna, the more you want to see, not satisfaction. What else do you understand from this? Thank you, Madhavan, for contribution. They are never satisfied. What else? Another contribution? Yes, Chitraketi Putra.
Yeah, Maharaj, yes. So as as Madhva Prabhu already said, their beauty, they were never satisfied because Krishna's beauty always increases. And also, Krishna, because as it increases also, there's inner bliss because Krishna is full of Ananda, he's Ananda. So there's always increase of joy. Aside from that, it also increases your joy. The joy over there is always there. And Krishna himself is very joyful. Yes, he also reciprocates in terms of joy. So their inner joy also increases. So they are never tired of even, as compared to material beauty. Even though somebody might be beautiful, but when you see the person's beauty, you don't feel that joy. There's no bliss, there's no happiness connected to that. But Krishna's beauty also increases also the joy.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice. Yes. No one, therefore, is satiated by seeing the transcendental body of the Lord.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I was just reflecting on the what Lord Brahma said in the Brahma Samhita 537, where he said, Ananda Shimaya Rasa Pratibhav Habis. To translate, Prabhupada translated that verse saying, I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, residing in his own realm, Goloka, with Radha, resembling his own spiritual figure. The embodiment of the ecstatic potency process of the 64 artistic activities in the company of as confident Sakis, embodiment of the extensions of our bodily form, permeated and vitalized by the ever blissful spiritual rasa, ever blissful. So that word ever blissful, because it's ever blissful, that is the nature of the form of Krishna. So one can say that because the Lord's form is ever blissful, so the resident of Dwarka are never satisfied, because the more they get, because the form of the Lord is ever blissful, so therefore they are not satiated.
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah, that's nice point. The last part of the purport, the Prophet said, no one therefore is satiated by seeing the transcendental body of the Lord, because they are always manifestations of newer and newer beauties. The transcendental name, form, qualities, and entourage, etc., are all spiritual manifestations. And there is no cessation in chanting the holy name. There is no cessation in discussing the qualities of God. And there is no limitation to the entourage of the Lord. He is the source of all and is limitless. Yes. So if you become satisfied with something, what do you do with it? If you become satisfied with something, what next? What will you do with it?
One gives it up and then tries another thing.
No, you are not bad again. Just throw it away. Look for another thing. That's all. You throw it away, it's not value again. So, if Krishna is material, then it will be like that. So, no one can be satisfied that, okay, now I'm fully contented in my Krishna consciousness. Now I'm there. Nobody can say that. Anyone who says like that is in Maya. Anyone say, yeah, I'm not complete, I'm perfect and complete now, there's nothing again in Maya. Because Krishna is unlimited, how can we get to the end? How can we get to the end? It keeps increasing. The beauty of Krishna increases. Krishna is newer and newer and newer every moment. Every moment. The same with his own knowledge, with his strength, everything. That is our Krishna. Therefore, devotee want to go deeper and deeper into Krishna. When something is very tasty, what do? When something is very, very tasty, and and in Krishna consciousness, you remember one day, remember when in the Damodara Lila, you remember that day Mother Yashoda was churning the butter to feed Krishna, heavy competition. It was a heavy competition between Lord Krishna and Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda was, her love for Krishna was, the breast milk was flowing in continuously, non-stop. And Krishna's appetite also was increasing. So Krishna was drinking continuously without stopping. Competition was going on. That was what created the suicide episode. When the milk on the fire saw that, the milk decided to commit suicide because Krishna is drinking non-stop. The milk is flowing non-stop. So the milk on fire was thinking, so what is the chance for me to serve? Since I cannot serve, I better die. So the milk started entering the fire. That was the suicide of the milk. Because of the nature of Krishna, always increasing in quality, always. Krishna consciousness is like that. The Lord's chest is the abode of the goddess of fortune. His moon-like face is a drinking vessel for eyes, which hanker after all that is beautiful. Don't look at the metaphor. Look at the metaphor. It's so perfectly presented. Just see the metaphor. Can you see the metaphor here? Can you see? Can you see it? Krishna's moon-like face is what? Is a drinking vessel for eyes which hanker after all that is beautiful. His arms are the resting places for the administrative demigods. And his lotus feet are the refuge of pure devotees who never talk or think of any subject except his lordship. So powerful. And here Rupa Goswami offered beautiful prayers. Rupa Goswami offered beautiful prayers. So nice. A faithful servant of the Lord engaged in the service of administration is ideal executive head and can well protect the interests of the people in general. The essence of everything is the Supreme Lord. He is called the Sharam. Essence. Sharam is the essence. And those who sing and talk about him are called the Sarangas, or the pure devotees. The pure devotees are always hankering after the lotus feet of the Lord. The lotus has a kind of honey which is transcendently relished by the devotees. They are like the bees who are always after the honey. So Rupa Goswami, the great devotee Acharya of the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, has sung a song about the lotus, by this lotus honey, comparing himself to the bee. Oh my Lord Krishna, I beg to offer my prayers unto you. My mind is like the bee, and it is after some honey. Kindly, therefore, give my bee mind a place at the lotus feet, which are the resources for all transcendental honey. I know that even big demigods like Brahma do not see the rays of the nails of the lotus feet, even though they are engaged in deep meditation for years. Still, for infallible one, my ambition is such. For you are very merciful to your surrendered devotees. Oh, Madhava, I know also that I have no genuine devotion for the service of your Lord's feet, but because your Lordship is inconceivably powerful, you can do what is impossible to be done. Your Lotus feet can derive even the nectar of the heavenly kingdom. Can derive even the nectar of the heavenly kingdom. And therefore, I am very much attracted by them. O Supreme Eternal, please, therefore, let my mind be fixed at the Lotus feet, so that eternally I may be able to relish the taste of the transcendental service. How will it look like if you offer this prayer to Lord Chaitanya on Friday? How will it look like if we offer this prayer to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on Friday? How will it look like? Huh? What do you think? How will it look like if we offer this prayer to Lord Chaitanya? This Friday. Huh? What do you think? What do you think about these prayers of Srila Rupa Goswami? We offer it to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on Friday. Do you think it's something important? Do you think something we should do? Is it necessary? Because we're not Rupa Goswami, where I'm different, I'm not Rupa Goswami. This is Rupa Goswami prayer. What do I have to do with it? So do you think it is necessary or should have nothing to do with it? What do you think?
It's such a powerful prayer. But I was just thinking that not just about praying, but I think the more greater prayer to me, maybe that's my understanding, is that to pray to develop this mood, because one can say the prayer, but to develop the mood in which Rupa Goswami prayed the prayer, I think that is more important.
Yes. Yes. How will you develop the mood? By practicing it. By practicing it, then you can develop it. We're not going to wait to develop it. It is very important for us to have that mood. And that is why it is very important for devotees to read the book His Holiness Bhakti has wrote. It will help to groom our consciousness, build our consciousness to have a proper approach towards Christian consciousness. So yes, if we start practicing, we will develop these qualities. Then we can do it meaningfully. In the beginning, we'll do it like we chant the Christian mechanically. In the beginning, it will be mechanical. But if you make it a habit, it is something as you'll be doing, fully in the footsteps of our chariots. By their grace, by their mercy, then we'll get there. The devotees are satisfied with being planted, by being placed at the lotus feet of the Lord, and have no ambition to see his whole beautiful face. So aspire for the protection of the strong arms of the Lord. They are humbly by nature. They are humble by nature. And the Lord is always leaning towards such humble devotees. The devotees are humble by nature, and the Lord is always leaning towards such humble devotees. The Lord. So I pray all of us will remember to offer this prayer, to start practicing offering this prayer. At least beginning from this. Then we can extend it. Why not every day? Why not? It's not an offense. The Rupa Goswami will not be angry with us. He will be very, very happy. he will be very, very happy with us. And I'm sure Lord Chaitanya and all that Acharya, they will be very happy with us if you offer these prayers. Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna, everything. As the Lord passed along the public road of Dwaraka, He said he was protected from the sunshine by a white umbrella. White feathered fans moved in semicircles, and showers of flowers fell upon the road. His yellow garment and garland of flowers made it appear as if a dark cloud were surrounded simultaneously by sun, moon, lightning, and rainbows. We can make that in our hearts. We can make that. So what is happening? It is what's the name? Ujuala ni lamani. You find ujuala ni lamani. Ujuala ni lamani. That is where you get. So location is passing on the road. So the public road. He said here that his head was protected from the sunshine by white umbrella. White umbrella is placed on his head. We do that regularly for a great personality, a big temple. White feathered fans moved in semicircle, fanning him with chamara, and showers of flowers fell upon the road. The flowers, the road is covered, not just a handful of flowers. And this is a huge quantity. His yellow garment and garland of flowers made it appear as if the dark clouds were surrounded simultaneously. So in the middle of this huge colorful flower that was showered on Krishna, along with his dhoti and the garland, and his body is dark. So in the middle of that, this is what is being described. Krishna is in the middle. The sun, moon, the rainbow, and lightning do not appear in the sky simultaneously. They don't appear simultaneously. Sun, moon, rainbow. Rainbow appear with a lightning when there is no sun. The cloud is there. When there is sun, the moonlight becomes insignificant. And if there are clouds and the rainbow, there is no manifestation of lightning. The Lord's bodily hue is just like a new monsoon cloud. He is compared herein to the clouds. A white umbrella over his head is compared to the sun. The movement to the bunch hair fan of flowers is compared to the moon. The showers of flowers are compared to the stars. His yellow garments are compared to the rainbow. So all these activities of the firmament being impossible, simultaneously factors cannot be adjusted by comparison. The adjustment is possible only when we think of the inconceivable potency of the Lord. The Lord is all powerful, and in his presence, everything impossible can be made possible by his inconceivable energy. Yes. For the situation created at the time of his passing on the road of Dwarka was beautiful and could not be compared to anything besides a description of natural phenomena. After entering the house of his father, he was embraced by the members, by the mothers present. And the Lord offered his obeisances unto them by placing his head at their feet. The mothers were headed by Devki, his real mother. Just see what is happening. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshiping his own servant. So Krishna is worshiping his own servant. Everyone, all living entities are naturally Krishna's parts and parcels. But Krishna will select some of his parts and parcels to act like his father, the superior like his mother, the elders, the uncle, the aunt. For his enjoyment, Krishna is doing this. Vasudeva married 18 wives. He has 18 wives. So Krishna is offering obeisances, greeting to all the 18 pieces, all the 18 wives of Vasudeva. That's the first thing Krishna did, to offer the obeisances. He was embraced by the mothers present, and the Lord offered his obeisances unto them by placing his head at their feet. The mothers, after embracing their son, sat him on their laps. Due to pure affection, milk sprang from their breasts. They were overwhelmed with delight, and the tears from their eyes waited the Lord. This is wonderful. When Lord Krishna was at Vrindavan, even the cows would become moistened by affection towards him, and he would draw milk from the nipples of every affectionate living being. So what to speak of the stepmothers, who were already as good as his own mother? Because all of them sees him. They are all his part and parcels. So there's a natural love for Krishna. And because Krishna is the supreme personality of God, that love is natural. And therefore, it is not a surprise that even though they are not the direct mother, but they have that affection for Krishna, and automatically the milk was flowing from their breast. And Krishna enjoys them. Krishna enjoys all. Krishna enjoys himself with all of them. Krishna did it in Vrindavan for a complete year. Krishna was enjoying himself with all the mothers, all of them, because they wanted Location as their son. Therefore, Krishna made the perfect arrangement by using Lord Brahma. So for a complete year, Krishna was the son to all the Brajavasis ladies. And they were breastfeeding Krishna every day for 1 year. So Krishna satisfied their desire, even without their knowing what is happening. The only thing they observed was that the affection they had for Krishna, they are now seeing it on their own son, which is Krishna. Which is Krishna. But everybody, why? Now I have affection. I have for Krishna for my son, but nobody knows what is happening. Krishna used Yogmaya to bewilder everyone, including Balaram. But Balaram also was included. Until when Krishna was satisfied with the game, then Krishna released everyone to come back to the natural state. And Lord Balaram was able to realize that Krishna had played on him. But the game was really up. Krishna wants to enjoy. He made the perfect arrangement. And he will bring all the necessary participants who will help in manifesting that pastime for Krishna's enjoyment. Thereby, everybody benefited from Krishna's devotional service. Devotional service for Krishna benefit everyone. Yes. Thereafter, the Lord entered his palaces, which were perfect to the fullest extent. His wives lived in them, and they numbered over 16,000. For Christian has 16,108 wives, and for each and every one of them, there was a fully equipped palace, complete with necessary compounds and gardens. Necessary compounds and gardens. Full description of these palaces is given in the 10th canto. You'll get there. Stay tuned. All the palaces were made of the best marble stone. They were illuminated by jewels and decorated by curtains and carpet of velvet and silk, nicely bedecked and embroidered with gold lace. The personality of God means one who is full with all power, all energy, all opulences, all duties, all knowledge, and all renunciation. Therefore, in the palaces of the Lord, there was nothing wanting for fulfilling all desires of the Lord. The Lord is unlimited, and therefore his desires are also unlimited, and the supply is also unlimited. Everything being unlimited, it is concisely described here as Sarava Kamam, or full with all desirable things. All desirable. That is Krishna. If there's anything wanting, then it is not Krishna. Krishna means complete, complete. Everything is in Krishna. So it's complete. So in Dwarka, with his 16,108 wives, Krishna also had for each of them 16,108 palaces. That is for the queens. What of Ugrasena, what of Vasudev, what of other Satriya, the warriors, they also have their own palaces. This 16,108, it is for his queens alone. The remaining Dwarka Basi, they also have their own palaces, as is mentioned before. Everybody has their own palaces, everybody. So yesterday we were saying that Dwarka is as big as a country. A place when you have 16,108 skyscrapers. How will it look like? It's a small place. And in between them, there are different parks and gardens, not just a small, a squalid place that everybody just forced into one place. There's a big expansive, a big space between them. Big space. Because it is not meant for suffering, it is meant for enjoyment. So all facilities are there. All facilities are there. All right, devotee, let's take a break for 10 minutes. I'll see you back after 10 minutes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Thank you.
All right.
Ha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Suti Ha महाप्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी कृपावलोकन करो निवारो दुखी कृपावलोकन करो निवारो दुखी श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई तव कृपा बोले चैतन्य निताय तव कृपा बोले चैतन्य निताय आहा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुना आहा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुना भट्ट जुगा श्री जीव प्रभु लोकना भट्ट जुगा श्री जीव प्रभु लोकना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास रामचंद्र संगमगे नरोत्तम रामचंद्र संगमगे नरोत्तम श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसार श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसार तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसार पतित पावन तब अवतार पतित पावन हेतु तब अवतार मोसमता पिता प्रभु न पाए देना मोसमपतिता प्रभु न पाइबे हार। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु। हा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखे। हा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखे। कृपा अवलोकन करो हमें बारो दुखी। कृपा अवलोकन करो हमें बारो दुखी। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य दया करो मोरे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु। दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई। तव कृपा बोले बहाय चैतन्य निताय। तव कृपा बोले पाय चैतन्य निताय। स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ। स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ। भट्ट जुगा श्री जीव प्रभु लोकनाथ। भट्ट जुगा श्री जीव प्रभु लोकनाथ। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु। दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास। दया
Hare Krishna. Hare Prabhu, can we continue? All right, thank you. Hare Prabhu, can we continue?
Yeah. Yes, we can continue, Maharaj.
Okay. Yes. So Krishna has entered his own palace. And let's see what happened. Patnya patin kusya grihanu pagatam ilokya sanjatamanamahad savam utastu ada sahasa samasaya masayat A queen solo Sri Krishna rejoiced within their mind to see their husband home after a long period abroad. The queens got up at once from their seats and meditations, as was socially customary. They covered their faces shyly and looked about coyly. The queens did not send their servant to come and receive Krishna. They personally got up. They were meditating on Krishna since he was not physically there. But now the Lord has come personally. He was so happy. He was so happy within the mind to see their husband after a long time. Therefore, with that happening, with that joy, they all went to receive their Lord. One Lord Krishna coming all the way from Hastinapur to the gate, has entered into Dwarka. Now the palaces of his mothers, they greeted everyone. Now Lord Krishna is entering into his own palace, getting to Krishna's palace. Krishna, who has always been alone, divided himself into 16,108 Krishna and entered all the palaces simultaneously. So every queen was having Krishna. Everyone was thinking, yeah, my husband is back. My husband is back. Not that a husband is back with another co-wife, and then we have to wait for a long time to be our turn to see the Lord, or for the Lord to come and see us. Everybody have their own Krishna. All the queens have their own Krishna, their husband with them, eternally, permanently. So every queen was thinking, yeah, my husband has so much love for me. He has so much love for me that he doesn't go to other's house. He's always with me. So I'm very, very grateful. I'm very, very fortunate. My husband doesn't go to, I know he has so many wives, but he doesn't go there. It's only me. Everyone think like that. But Yogmaya acted so much so that they don't see that. If you are a devotee, a good devotee, and a special master stays only in your temple, he doesn't go to other temple, how will you feel with others, with other temple? How will you feel if you are a good devotee? You know, Chitakete, you know, I'm so special, you know. I'm so special. My guru cannot go anywhere. It's only my temple stays. Yes. Let them go to hell. They are not, they are all usually devotees. So the guru cannot go there. I'm so special. I'm the apple of my guru's eyes. So he stayed with me, doesn't go anywhere, doesn't go to other disciples. You think that is a bona fide? The devotee's mood as bona fide? The queens are not thinking like that. The queens are not thinking like that. They were covered by Yogmaya. So they don't see that, okay, he's not going there, it's okay. They don't feel like that. But everyone was thinking, yeah, my husband stays only with me. I'm happy with him. So Papa said, therefore, as soon as the queen saw from a distance their husband, who was away from home for long periods, due to the battle of Kurukshetra, they all arose from their slumber or meditation and prepared to receive their most beloved. According to Jagawalkya's religious injunctions, a woman whose husband is away from home should not take part in any social functions, should not decorate her body, should not laugh, and should not go to any relative's house in any circumstance. This is the vow of the ladies whose husbands are away from home. At the same time, it is also enjoined that a wife should never present herself before the husband in an unclean state. No. She must decorate herself with ornament and good dress, and should always be present before the husband in a happy and joyous mood. The queens of Lord Krishna were all in meditation, thinking of the Lord's absence, and were always meditating upon him. The Lord's devotees cannot live for a moment without meditating on the Lord. And what to speak of the queens, who were all goddesses of fortune, incarnated as queens in the pastimes of the Lord, Adora. They can never be separated from the Lord. Never be separated from him. Never be separated from the Lord. Either by presence or by stance. The gopis at Vrindavan could not forget the Lord when the Lord was away in the forest cowherding. When the Lord, boy Krishna, was absent from the village, the gopis at home used to worry about him traversing the rough ground to get soft lotus feet. By thinking thus, they were sometimes overwhelmed in trance and mortified in the heart. Such is the condition of the pure devotees of the Lord. They are always in trance. And so the queens of Dhira, the queens also were in trance during the absence of the Lord. Presently, having seen the Lord from a distance, they at once gave up all their engagement, including the vows of women as described above. They gave it all up. To hell with all those. According to Sri Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakura, there was a regular psychological reaction on the occasion. First of all, rising from their seat. Although they wanted to see their husband, they were deterred because of feminine shyness. But due to strong ecstasy, they overcame that stage of weakness and became caught up with the idea of embracing the Lord. And this thought factually made them unconscious of their surrounding environment. This prime state of ecstasy annihilated all other formalities and social conventions, and thus they escaped all stumbling blocks on the path of meeting the Lord. That is the perfect stage of meeting the Lord of the soul, Sri Krishna. The insuperable ecstasy was so strong that the queens who were shy first embraced the Lord in the innermost recesses of their heart. Then they embraced him visually. And then they sent their sons to embrace him, which is equal to personal embrace. But, O chief amongst the Brigus, though they tried to restrain their feelings, they inadvertently shed tears. That is what pure love from Godhead does. Sometimes the waves of pain will overflow. Sometimes it will overflow. And no matter how one tries to restrain it, it will come out, it will spill over. So here we're seeing that experience with the queens of Dwapara and Krishna. So although the feminine shyness was there as a hindrance, they overcame that. They overcame that because of the intense joy in their heart. They overcame that. They put off the shyness away and went to Krishna to embrace him. First of all, they embraced him deeply in their heart. Then they embraced him physically. Then they sent their children to embrace Krishna. The children embracing Krishna is the same thing as a mother embracing Krishna. Shyness is a great quality. Yaduna Prabhu, yes. What is your question? You are still muted.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Gurudev. Please, I want to ask from what you quoted in the purport. According to Yajna Vakya's religious injunction, a woman whose husband is away from home should not take part in any social function, should not decorate her body, should not laugh, and should not go to any relative's house in any circumstance. So my first question is there any exception? Why I'm asking, because, for example, we saw that Lord Shiva's wife had to go to, when the father was having a function, she had to go, even though the Lord Shiva was against it. Does she not know this rule? Or is it because it was her father who was doing ceremony, therefore it's like bona fide that she could go?
The original reason why she went was the offense she committed to Lord Ramchandra. She committed an offense to Lord Ramchandra, and the result of that was the thing that led her to that suicide. So that was external. Her going there was external. Lord Shiva warned her she not go. She didn't listen, she went. Therefore, she had that problem there. Yes, there is exception. When Rohini Devi was in Vrindavan, she was attending all functions. So this is not to devote. Why women should not go to that yatra if the husband is not attending? Why she should not go? That yatra festival is there. I should not go. Why should not go? You should go. Yes, there is a perception. If for ordinary women, they have to follow this, but for devotees, no, should do. Rohini was the first person. She was attending all festivals in Vrindavan. She was dressing very nicely. She shouldn't dress nicely because the idea that she should bathe, she should be clean, she should be tidy, she should be neat. So if the husband will appreciate, if she do that, who will appreciate? She just be the servant for others. But because she's in Vrindavan, she did it. The husband was not in Vrindavan, but she did it. So we should do it. Should attend all festivals. Celebrate Janmashtami, Gaura Purnima. Should celebrate fully. Does this answer your question? Yadna Prabhu, your question is answered?
Yes, Gurudev, thank you so much.
Say first question. What is the second one?
I didn't mention the second one, but you have asked. I wanted to ask if she knew all this, if she knew this religious injection, why did she disobey her husband and go for the ceremony? Well, I think you have already answered that also.
Yes.
Thank you, Gurudev.
she committed offense to Lord Machanda. She was doubting Lord Machanda's supremacy when he was looking for Sita Devi in the forest.
Yes.
Therefore, he committed. That's why because of that offense, I should have to commit the suicide. Very, very dangerous to look at. All right, we continue.
Jai.
Although Lord Shri Krishna was constantly by their side, as well as exclusively alone, his feet appeared to them to be newer and newer. The goddess of fortune, although by nature always restless and moving, could not quit the Lord's feet. So what woman can be detached from those feet, having one taking shelter of them? It is not possible. It is not possible for one who has tested Krishna to give up Krishna consciousness. It's not possible. A person who have not tested, it's okay, you can find something. But for those who have tested Krishna, it's not possible to give up Krishna. It's like in our temple, you see some devotees who come and go, come and go, come and go, come and go. They cannot go completely. Why? Because they have worshipped Tulsi Devi. So even though they are weak and some unnecessary thing goes on to them, they cannot completely give up Krishna consciousness. They're trapped. That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. So for the queens who have been constantly who have been constantly meditating, constantly seeing Krishna, serving Krishna, sleeping with Krishna, doing everything with Krishna. How is that possible for them to give up Krishna? It's not possible. It is not possible. It is not. They were always in a lonely place also with the Lord. But still, the association of the Lord is so inspiringly newer and newer that they cannot quit the Lord for a moment, even though they are by nature very restless and are moving about. The spiritual relation with the Lord is so enlivening and resourceful that no one can leave the company of the Lord once having taken shelter of him. Who would like to give up enjoyment? Nobody likes to give up enjoyment. We work very hard to avoid suffering, but everybody works very hard to keep enjoying because it is natural and tasty. So the devotees who have tasted Krishna consciousness will never give it up. Never. Only those who have not tasted will do that. The devotees who have tasted, they cannot do it. Generally, people engaged in service are always seeking some post under the government or the supreme enjoyer of the state. Seeing the Lord is the supreme enjoyer of everything in or outside the universe. It is happiness to be employed with him. Once engaged in the supreme governmental service of the Lord, no living being wishes to be relieved from the engagement. The highest perfection of human life is to seek some employment under the Lord's supreme, under the Lord's supreme service that will make one extremely happy. We need not seek a moving demigods of fortune without the relation of Krishna with the Lord. Text 34. The Lord was pacified after killing those kings who were burdensome to the earth. They were puffed up with their military strength, their horses, elephants, chariots. He himself was not a party in the fight. He simply created hostility between the powerful administrators. He himself was not a party in the fight. He simply created hostility between the powerful administrators, and they fought among themselves. He was like the wind, which causes friction between bamboos, and so sparks the fire. This state of affairs is called Dharma Shya, or misuse of the energy of the human being. When such misuse of human energy is prominent, when such misuse of human energy is prominent, a sane living being becomes perturbed by the awkward situation created by the vicious administrators, who are simply burdens of the earth. And the Lord appears by his internal potency just to save the saner section of humanity and to alleviate the burden due to the earthly administrators in different parts of the world. He does not favor either of the unwanted administrators, but by his potential power, he creates hostility between such unwanted administrators. As the air creates fire in the forest by the friction of the bamboos. The fire in the forest takes place automatically by the force of the air. And similarly, the hostility between different groups of politicians takes place by the unseen design of the Lord. Those who take shelter in the personality of God, Sri Krishna, can cross over the gigantic ocean of intelligence. This means that no one can establish peace and prosperity in the world by fruitive activities or by speculative philosophy or ideology. The only way is to surrender unto the Supreme Lord and thus become free from the illusion of the deluding energy. If it is possible for people to create peace, they would have done that, because there are several attempts all over the world. There are several conferences about peace going on. And there are also several societies for peace, Santi. There are so many Santi organizations all over the world who are constantly chanting Santi. In all ceremonies, Santi. But what is it? What is that peace? It is not there because no one can do it except the Christian. And it is meant for only those who have taken shelter of Christ, not the illusory energy of Christ. Those who are deluded by the illusory energy of Christ will always remain in constant perplexities. For those who have taken shelter of Krishna will always be free, happy, and satisfied. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, appeared on this planet by his internal potency and enjoyed himself amongst competent women as if he were engaging in mundane affairs. Yes. The word used here is Lord Krishna enjoyed himself amongst competent women, not women, but competent women. What is competent? What is competent? Those who are qualified to be Krishna's wife, the qualification. Those who are pure devotees of Krishna, they will enjoy with Krishna. So the qualification is their purity. Why will one have a husband who is not Krishna? I say, Rukmini Devi said, people with mustache, they will soon die. Why you marry a dead body? So have Krishna as a husband. That is perfection of life. Then one will be free from all the unnecessary things. The only thing that the Queens of Krishna celebrate is a pains of suppression of Krishna, who is their sweet, lovable object, affection. And when Krishna get up on the bed, oh, what is this? Krishna, we just lie down now. Just lie down now. Where are you going? They don't lament. In a material world, there are so many people, so many women want their husband to die because they are not properly treated. They don't act like husband. With the queens of Krishna pray constantly for their husband to be with, because that is where enjoyment is, the heart of Krishna. So the Lord married and lived like a householder. So if you want to look at it, Lord Krishna married 16,108 wives. That is sense gratification. If you look at it materially, that is sense gratification. How someone can be so greedy, someone can be so lusty that they marry 16,108 wives. 16, that is extreme lust. Yes. Lord Krishna is the supreme person. So do we want him to act below his position? So Krishna act below his position? No. Why? Why he should act below his position? He is the supreme, therefore he has to do something on his level. Otherwise, why is he there? If someone act below our position, how do we feel? Oh, he's not a good father. He's not a good mother. He's not a good servant. He's not a good master. He's not a good teacher. Yes, we'll complain. So Lord Krishna cannot act below his position as the supreme. Why must he marry only one? Why only 16,000? Why only 16? Lord Krishna is the husband of all living entities. So why 16? 16 is just nothing, just to show us how Krishna is enjoying that, and that he is supreme above everything and everyone. So why just, what is 16? What is nothing? 16 is nothing. That is nothing. This is certainly like a modern affair, but when we learn that he married 16 and 31 wives and lived with them separately in each and every palace, certainly it is not mundane. A common person cannot do that. When you look at the scripture, look at the passage of Krishna, there are so many things Krishna did which look like ordinary person. Here in the material world, people fight over a woman. And Krishna did that many times. Krishna did many times. Krishna fought with the Sishupa, the Salva. Krishna fought with them, Jarasandha, to marry Rumini Devi, Rukma. Krishna fought with all of them. Huge armies of the king. Krishna fought with all of them to marry Rumini Devi. And then he has to also go in the 10th country. He has to also go and fight with Nagnajit 7 bulls to marry his daughter. So why Krishna is doing all this thing? These are not ordinary things. The bulls that Krishna fought with and defeated them, they were not ordinary people, they were demons, and Krishna had to kill them. Which is one of the businesses Krishna came to. So ordinarily, it looked like this is a sense fire. But when we look at it carefully, we'll see that it is not just sense gratification. The women who became the wives of the Lord are certainly not ordinary women, because to get the Lord as one's husband is certainly not is the result of many billions of births, tapasya, austerity. When the Lord appears on different locales of planet or on this planet of human beings, he displays his transcendental person just to attract the conditioned souls to become his eternal servitors, friends, parents, and lovers, respectively, in the transcendental world, where the Lord eternally reciprocates such exchanges of service. Yes. By other processes, he can reach anywhere. But even if he reaches the highest planet, he cannot attain that perpetual happiness for which he is searching life after life. When he comes to his senses, however, he seeks after Brahman happiness, knowing it for certain that unlimited happiness, which he is seeking, is never attainable in the material world. As such, the Supreme Being, Param Brahma, certainly does not seek his happiness anywhere in the material world, nor can his paraphernalia of happiness be found in the material world. He is not impersonal, because he is the leader and Supreme Being amongst innumerable living beings. He cannot be impersonal. He is exactly like us, and he has all the propensities of an individual living being in fullness. He marries exactly like us, but his marriage is neither mundane nor related by our experience in the conditioned state. His wives, therefore, appear like mundane women, but factually they are all transcendental liberated souls, perfect manifestations of eternal energy. All the queens of Dwarka, they are all gopis of Vrindavan. Sarupa Goswami said, when they were feeling the pains of separation, Yog Maya transformed all of them, duplicated all of them, and sent them to Dwarka. So all of them are Krishna's queens, Krishna's gopis in Vrindavan. So there's no ordinary person here. Krishna cannot do ordinary thing because he is not ordinary person. He does supreme activity because the supreme personality of God. So his activities are wonderfully sweet, even when they look like our own. How would they look like? Because Krishna is a person and we are persons. So his activities will look like our own because we are made of his image. So you shouldn't be surprised that Krishna is doing the same thing that we do here, but it is not of the same nature, not of the same quality. So all these queens are pure devotees. They are transcendental liberated souls, perfect manifestations of Krishna's internal energy. They're not external energy manifestation like us. Okay. Although the queen's beautiful smiles and furtive glances were all spotless and exciting, and although they could conquer Cupid himself by making him give up his bow in frustration, and although even the tolerant Shiva could fall victim to them, still, despite all their magical feats and attractions, they could not agitate the senses of the Lord. This is the difference. This is the difference. We are easily attracted or distracted by just the illusory energy of Krishna. But Krishna is never affected by anything except by himself. The path of salvation or the path of going back to Godhead always forbids the association of women and the complete Sanatana Dharma or Varnashram Dharma scheme forbids prostitution, association with women. How then can one be accepted as the Supreme Personality who is addicted to more than 16,000 wives? The question may be relevantly raised by inquisitive persons really anxious to know about the transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord. And to answer such questions, the sages of Adnamesharanya have discussed the transcendental character of the Lord in this and in the following verses. It is clear herein that the feminine attractive features which can conquer Cupid, even the topmost tolerant of Shiva, do not conquer the senses of the Lord. Cupid's business is to invoke mundane lust. The whole universe is moving, being agitated by Cupid's art. The activities of the world are being carried on by the central attraction of the field. But that is not the situation with Krishna, the Supreme Personality. It is different. The common materialistic conditioned souls speculate that the Lord is one of them. Out of their ignorance, they think that the Lord is affected by matter, although he is unaffected. So Krishna is never affected by anything because everything is under his control. Everything is under his control. There's nothing which is controlling of Krishna. Even when Krishna allowed his spiritual energy to control him, he still maintain his supreme position. His position never goes down. It still remains the same. This is the divinity or personality of Godhead. He is not affected by the qualities of material nature, even though he is in contact with them. Similarly, the devotees who have taken shelter of the Lord do not become influenced by the material qualities. The Krishna said that in Bhakti. The pure devotees of Krishna, they are under the divine energy of Krishna. They're not deluded. They're not deluded. So if the devotees of Krishna, under Krishna's internal energy, are not deluded, how can Krishna be deluded? By what? By who? That does not exist. So it is not only the proof that Lord Krishna is above everything is that his own devotees who are sheltered by him of the same nature, of the same, they will do the same. The divinity and his associate are on the same transcendental plane, and their glories are always sanctified by the action of your mind or the internal potency of the Lord. The devotees of the Lord are always transcendental, even if they are sometimes found to have fallen in their behavior. The Lord emphatically declares in Bhagavad Gita 9:30 that even if an unalloyed devotee is found to be fallen due to a previous material contamination, he is nevertheless to be accepted as fully transcendental because of his being engaged 100% in the devotional service. The Lord protect him always because of his rendering service unto him. And the following conditions are to be considered accidental and temporary. They will vanish in no time. They will vanish in no time. The simple and delicate women truly taught the Lord Sri Krishna, their beloved husband, followed them and was dominated by them. They were unaware of the extent of the glories of their husband, and the atheists are unaware of him as a controller. Yes, because they are constantly thinking that the Lord is constantly associating with them and can never leave them for any moment, except when Krishna is going to his office. So they think that he is always not only the queens of Krishna or the demons. Even Krishna himself cannot know the extent of his own potency, because Lord Krishna has a nature of a supreme enjoyer. So his activities, just like his activities are, they are always enacted, repeated. They are always repeated. Because Krishna forget that he has done that activity. So he has to do it again and again. Not only once, Krishna fought with. Krishna or chastised, not fight with. Chastised Kaliya. Krishna did it again and again. Not only once, Krishna fought with the Aristasura. Krishna did it again and again. Again and again and again, it's repeated. Because he has forgotten that I have done it. Not only that, all the Christians associate in Vrindavan, they have the same spirit, the same nature. So these things are repeated again and again in one lifetime. Some Christian activities are performed in different planets. But these things are performed. What you are describing now, performed at the same time, the same place, now, many times. So in this way, Krishna enjoys himself, enjoys his activities continuously. Even the transcendental wives of Sri Krishna did not know completely the unfathomable glories of the Lord. This ignorance is not mundane, because there is some action of the internal potency of the Lord in the exchange of feelings between him and his eternal associate. This is not ignorance like our own. Sali Prabhu, what's the question?
Yes, Hare Krishna Maharaj. The Bhakti Sastri students have started coming in. Okay. So, because their time is almost about 3 minutes to their time.
All right, thank you very much. We're finished. Let's end the Bhakti Dada Purport of the first come to 11th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled of Krishna's entrance into Dwaraka. Hare Krishna. See you
Hare Krishna.
after the holiday.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Please, I request all the devotees to please kindly unmute themselves now and let us loudly chant loudly powerful Hare Krishna mantra to thank Maharaj for this lecture. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram
Hare Hare.
Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj ki jai. So thank you very much, Bhakti Sastri students. So we'll stop here and we'll see each and every one of us again.